Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion advised. Now, here's Loveline. 1-800-LOVE-191. With Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm looking up at that thing. I know you guys are wondering. Tomorrow night, Petra Wilson.
And Larry Flint.
Petra is from La Femme Nikita,
right.
USA. Yeah. Your wife's favorite show?
Yeah, I
network.
forgot to tell her about that.
What, Peta? What'd I call her, Petra? Oh, Petra's the name of this big jug playmate that I like. So I change any female name that starts with a P to Petra, hoping that their breasts will grow. So far, my strategy hasn't worked out, but maybe we'll see tomorrow night. Anyway, Peta. Yeah, she'll be in here tomorrow night. And then Larry Flint. Tonight, the band Lit is here. AJ, Jeremy, Kevin, and Alan are all in here all the way from Anaheim. So you know the guys are dedicated. And you could probably make it home drunk from here to Anaheim.
It's all good.
This is the band's second album, which is not out yet, A Place in the Sun, which will be out this Tuesday, correct?
Yeah.
And we got a party and all sorts of other stuff. Drew, why don't you go ahead and plug that over there. Now,
live in store Tuesday the 23rd at 6 p.m. at the Tower Records in Anaheim at 220 North Beach.
Yeah. So go out and support a band that's right. So everyone was born and bred in Anaheim?
Yeah, pretty much. Orange County.
Geez, you guys look pretty screwed up. Someone had to have been abused. I thought Anaheim and Orange County was a pretty normal place.
There's some fringy parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys grew up on the fringe?
Yep.
Well, Kevin's from Buena Vista. Buena Park, excuse me.
Oh, Buena Park, yeah.
You've been in Knott's Berry Farm. You've seen the surrounding areas.
Yeah. No, I know very well because I went in. I made this horrible mistake one year, which is I was in the Catholic Big Brother program, and I got a hold of a bunch of these Fright Night or Not Scary Farm tickets, and I drove my little brother and his little sister and like 4 or 5 of these kids out to this Not Scary Farm. But my whole thing is I'm not going to truck around there. I'm going to drop them off, and then I'll just tool around scenic Buena Park and kill 9 hours on a Friday night.
Check out the Wax Museum.
Just close to killing myself. I sat in a diner alone and ate cold eggs, and then I went and saw a movie. It was a weird, pathetic kind of bachelor, funky single guy night, driving around Buena Park, trying to kill.
Man, it's all good.
No, it was bad. It was all bad.
What year was it? Because there used to be an alligator farm right across the street. You could have went there.
It's probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I dropped them off at 7:30 in the evening, and I was going to pick them up at 1 o'clock.
Your life has changed a lot in the last 4 or 5 years.
I know. It'd be just hookers and coke, and that's all it'd be now.
No,
I'd have my posse.
What are you talking about? You never leave your den.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd send my posse to take the kids down to Not Scary Farm. All right, so should we hear something from Lit's new CD? Why don't we hear something off of that first? Mike, you got that queued up? Oh,
it's called My Own Worst Enemy.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
All right, we'll play it later on. My Own Worst Enemy. That's from Lit. Place in the Sun's the name of the CD. That'll be out this Tuesday. And now I think we gotta go to the phones. Richard.
Hey, Adam, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Right.
I love you. You're a god to me.
Oh, Richard, please.
Hey,
it's so much taints the call when you start like that.
Also have to say that I do have a copy of the Adam and Dr. Drew book.
Yeah.
For $14.95 at major stores all around the country.
Now
someone's got to plug our book. God knows Drew doesn't.
I know that was just a diss me.
You know what happens? Very seriously, when we go out and talk to these colleges, about halfway into it, Drew will go, yes, this is covered in a book. I want to recommend a book, and then he goes on to recommend someone else's book. And then I think to myself, Drew, you can't even recommend your own goddamn book?
Well, I love this book. And
thank you.
But I'll tell you something. I'm 29. I'm a single dad. You guys have scared me out of ever getting into another relationship.
All right.
I just analyze them to death.
Well, you're afraid Alan's going to come and collect your...
Well, I'm looking for the red flags, and I'm just... But anyway, I've got a real interesting one for you. My father is 56 years old. He's pretty well off. You have to excuse me, I'm nervous here. He's pretty well off, and it seems that he's pretty hard up for women and has to go to hookers. So he's going to, these are professional dancers that he entices with money to get them out of the club to spend time with him.
Mm.
He professes all this to me, and it really disturbs me.
Sure.
I think it's pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
It's interesting but pathetic, too.
Yeah, but is he drunk when he talks to you about this?
No, the man's perfectly sober. To top it all off, last weekend, my brother, he was house sitting for my brother, and snuck one of these, I call her a pasty-faced whore, into his house for the weekend. And my brother found out and shot through the roof.
Where's your mom?
They've been divorced since I was 4.
Why'd they divorce?
He had a problem with screwing around with other women.
Is he an alcoholic?
No.
Really?
Sociopath.
Oh,
all right.
Well.
All right. He's an a-hole. He's not a great guy.
He's an okay guy.
Yeah.
Well, he's not hurting any. Well, I don't mind what he does. That's his business.
Then why do you call?
Why are you complaining?
Well, I don't mind, but I do. It's really shouldn't bother me. I should be an adult and say, well, he should. But I don't like the fact that he is.
Well, it's always
touting off about this all the time to me.
It's always hard to reconcile our internalized, idealized images of our parents with who they actually are. And when the dad you want him to be is so far from the one he is, that can be quite painful. So there's that. And also, it's disturbing behavior for anyone to be around. I mean, who wants to be around? That's creepy. Who wants to be around that?
Well, it's not.
Wait a minute.
It's not just that he's seeing the hookers.
I think the band would like to be around that kind of activity, wouldn't you guys?
Like I said.
It's not just that he's seeing the hookers, though. He talks as if he's having real relationships with these people.
It's interesting and it's creepy. I agree with you.
That's the sociopathic end of what he's doing.
All right, but listen.
How do I confront him?
You don't. You stay away.
But he's got it. He always has to inject this into conversation.
Tell him that you don't appreciate. Be very assertive with how you.
I'll tell you what you do. This guy's not going to understand this guy being assertive or using some sort of psychiatry on him. Here's what he's got to do. When he tells you, hey, I was with a hooker the other night and brought this hot young 19-year-old home from the club and banged her around at your brother's house, tell him, slow down, I'm jacking off. Just slow down. Just talk. Just slow down. And then just go, yeah. Okay, Dad, slow down. Then what'd you do? And then he'll be thoroughly freaked out and disgusted, probably start yelling and hang up.
You could do that, or you could just tell him you don't appreciate this, and just terminate any conversations where terminate the relationship at that point. Not permanently, but I mean, get out of the room, leave if he continues to talk about it.
Liz.
Yeah.
You're 27.
Oh yeah. Don't remind me. Yeah, I love you guys, by the way. I just wanted to let you know. I just thought it was strange. It's like not really a question, it's like a situation. When I was really young, like way before I was ever sexually active, probably like 11 or 12, I discovered I can give myself an orgasm, but not by like touching myself, just by like laying on my stomach and pulling my abdominal muscles.
Wow.
It's really, like, people have told me I'm blessed, because I can do it in like a minute. Like anytime, anywhere. Driving anywhere. But it's always disturbing.
Driving what, though? Like a toboggan or something? Or what can you drive on your belly?
Well, no, I can do it like sitting.
She's perfected it. She can do it in any position now.
Right. I can have an orgasm with a Ziploc bag.
There has got to be enough mashed potatoes in it. There just can't be an empty Ziploc bag. Put it in the microwave for a few minutes.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
Is there any food you haven't tried to masturbate with? Or two?
Please. I'm never going to dignify that with an answer.
I
answer's no.
Really, really strong abdominal muscles. I've always had but I wondered if I've never had an orgasm from having sex, though, and I'm wondering if that...
Have you had a boyfriend?
Not right now, no.
But have you really had a long-term relationship where you could talk to somebody about what you like and don't like?
Well, I dated a guy for 6 years, but this was when I was like 17.
But couldn't you use your technique in the presence of a guy?
Well, I mean, it's just the kind of thing of like I've always never really told someone that they haven't given me an orgasm. You know?
Liz, come on, you gotta speak up.
That's true.
No, but I mean, what if a guy? Hey, Liz,
is that?
Shut up
about women that they can't.
God, I like that.
Oh, come on,
Liz.
Yeah.
if the guy was performing oral sex on you, could you not employ your technique?
I could.
So why?
I mean, you are right. You're right. I could.
Why not doing that?
Well, like lately though, I haven't really had anyone that I dated for that long enough time at all. Where,
what about you've been honing this gift since you were 11. You were with a guy for 6 years, and that didn't come to you.
She can pull it off in 2 minutes.
But it's always been something that I've never shared with anyone else, you know? It's been my own, like, I always thought it was something wrong with me, like, when I was really young.
I know, but hold on a second, Liz. Think about this sort of retarded logic that only the Loveline callers can
but women
have. She's perfected this. She's done it since she was 11. She could squeeze off an orgasm in 2 minutes, yet she's in a 6-year relationship and never uses it. It
fakes orgasms and is afraid to do it in the presence of another person.
Wow. Yeah.
It's not right.
Yeah, it's like some master carpenter who has like a sticky front door for 20 years, and he goes to work every day planing doors.
And his wife never knows that he can do this.
And he never goes home and fixes his own door. I can't figure that out. Liz? Just use this when you're with your next guy, would you?
Absolutely.
Okay, fine. That's enough.
Problem solved.
So not all the answers are great, you know. Thor.
Yeah.
Thor, you're 16. You're on with Lit.
Yeah. I was wondering.
Yeah, that's great.
My girlfriend, she's 15. We've had sex 2 times. And a couple other times we were kind of messing around. And she was a virgin before we did. And she can't really, it hurts her a lot to do it. And I was wondering, is there anything really wrong?
Well,
anything wrong with her?
Yeah, I mean...
Well, it's tough to have your cherry popped by a guy named Thor. Start off with a Seth or a Nathan or something, you know? But you don't start with a Thor.
Has she had a pelvic exam?
What's that?
Has she had a pelvic exam?
Yeah, she's... I don't know about that. I mean, I know she's had her physicals and stuff. She's a cheerleader.
Well, you got to make sure that she has a pelvic exam. If you're going to be sexually active, that's crucial for her. And understand that she's 15. And if it hurts with penetration, that's her body telling you both something, that she may not be ready for this. It's usually caused by a spasm of the muscles in the floor of the pelvis. And the most common reason is just being upset and being not ready. So I give her some time. Okay.
All right.
Does she seem willing, Thor?
She wants to, yeah.
Superficially, maybe.
She does.
Yeah.
You're not just projecting. You know, guys are great because when guys are horny, they could have like a dead hooker and project she wanted it.
Yeah.
Look, by the way, she's laying face down on the carpet in the back of the van.
She wasn't running.
She was asking for it.
You know, I was thinking about something on the way in here that we've talked about how society and men are sort of afraid of female sexuality. Kind of about that. And you've always talked about women can go out any night of the week and do their thing. And I thought to myself, you know what? It's not that men or society is afraid of female sexuality. It's that men know men, and if they were female, that's a scary proposition. So they have to keep women put down. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's really they're afraid of men.
Well, they're afraid of
of a woman loose amongst men, knowing how men are.
So it's like a bad neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You want to keep them out of it.
Yeah, you don't want your kids walking through it.
Right.
All right, Drew, why don't you... should I try to explain what you said?
Yes, please. You understand me.
I think I do. What Drew is saying is he's talked about how men were scared of women's sexuality. A woman who knew what she wanted, knew how to get it, and wasn't scared to ask for it kind of thing. And a lot of guys say they want that, but ultimately it's a little intimidating sometimes when men run into those kinds of women. But what Drew is saying is it's not really their sexuality that they're intimidated by, but they know that there's a willing participant on every corner,
that's
in
really
every cab, and in every club.
And all their energy is directed at out-competing guys.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Drew, why don't you think those thoughts out just a little bit more, write them down or something before you bring them up again. You're really dragging the show down.
No, thanks.
Okay. Scott?
Yeah.
You're 20.
You didn't think it was interesting?
No, I know what you're saying, but it just gets us back to where we were anyway, so it's not that profound. Scott?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing. I just want to know, I've been having sex with my sister, and I don't know if I should tell my parents or not.
Your sister?
Yeah.
Your biological sister?
Yeah, my twin sister.
Your twin sister?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
You believe him, Drew? You guys believe him?
We got to poke at him a little bit here.
No.
Were you sexually abused at one time?
No, not that I can remember.
Was your sister?
Yeah, just my sister.
She was sexually abused.
Yeah.
How old is he?
How old was she when she was sexually abused?
She was about 13.
He's
Probably something before that.
20.
Did she kind of come on to you?
Well, no, we were at a party, and we were
Why?
smoking out, and one thing led to another. And,
Scott smokes pot?
yeah.
Oh, I'm shocked.
True. Yeah, scraped her off the floor.
Man, get with the show here. will you?
I'm trying to write that. I'm trying to write something down.
Scott, it's whenever...
Wait a minute. How old is his sister?
20.
They're both 20. Oh, they're twins.
Yeah.
That's right.
Having sex with your sister
I
is
will,
bad.
well, the only thing that makes it believable is that the sister had been sexually abused. And when there's siblings involved this way, usually, almost without exception, one of them was sexually abused. So at least it fits that pattern.
Well, what are you doing? You're having intercourse with your sister?
Yeah.
Yes, tell your parents.
Really?
It's a very disturbed situation.
Well, what if he just stops?
But everybody,
Can you stop?
Everybody needs help here.
What's that?
Hey, Scott, can you stop having sex with your sister?
We've tried before, but it's still...
This is not a good
having
situation.
intercourse.
It's a terrible situation.
I don't know. I think this is bogus.
Where are you from, Scott?
I'm from Bakersfield.
I
there you
believe
go.
it. Yeah. All right. So, should you give him a number to call or something? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of think, here's the situation. I think Scott's bogus, personally.
I don't.
But I think
Why?
we got to treat these guys like the anthrax scares, in these federal buildings, which is, they know it's BS, but they still got to evacuate because there's a 1% chance that there may be anthrax floating through the
Here's
air
the number
conditioning.
for him that he can call tonight.
Sure.
It's
Go ahead.
1-800-422-4453. 1-800-422-4453.
He didn't write that down.
I'm sorry we couldn't sort of bask in your humor. We got to move on.
All right, just let me finish.
You
what
finished,
I'm saying,
for crying out
though.
loud.
I was not
Then
done
we'll
with my
move on.
whole air conditioning.
You
and
just
heating.
did him with time to
That analogy.
You just-
Scott? Scott,
Yeah.
did you write that number down?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
What is it?
What is it?
Drugs are bad.
He hung up.
1-800-422-4453.
All right.
Oh, he's bogus.
Yeah, you see that?
I got 5.
Yeah, he had way too much of that
Let me start betting.
Beavis in
When you
him.
guys bet.
Yeah, we'll gamble on a call.
right.
Drew, you see any potential for gambling here?
Yeah. Chris, maybe, yeah.
Chris, who's 17, why is he drawn to older women with children?
It's interesting.
Ooh, that's interesting. Hold on. Chris?
Hello, hey. What's up, guys?
You're 17, you like the older chicks with the kids, right?
I do, actually. Well, actually,
All right.
this is the first person that I'm with that's actually had kids.
How old is she?
She's 22 right now.
All right. Not all out.
No, look at that.
42 with a
Let's see if
kid who
something
was
else
in
comes up.
rehab or something. That would be gambling.
Yeah.
Yes, we will gamble, though. Lit's a fan of the show. They like the gambling, and you will get the surreal experience of gambling here with Loveline. But don't get too drunk in between now and the time that we gamble, because I'll tell you, it impairs you. All right, we'll be back.
Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. The phone number's 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, everybody on the floor, this is Ice-T. You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt.
Oh, boy.
There it is.
AJ, Jeremy, Kevin, and Alan are all here from Lit, the new album, A Place in the Sun, will be out this Tuesday, and you can find them at, well, let me figure this out here. I just had a shot of that Jägermeister.
We're going to be at
now.
369 tomorrow night. That's before the Tower in
Fullerton.
Tower in-store, and how come I'm not seeing the date on that, Drew?
It's at the bottom.
23rd.
Oh, okay.
That's the day after. It's Tuesday.
Right. You can
Right by
get
Knott's Berry Farm.
get their CD there. You can drop the kids off at the Knott's Scary Farm. $10 gets you the CD. Get to see a show. That's a couple of drinks. It's really I've never seen $10 go that far.
That's
Drew?
Yeah.
All right. You ready to go? Let's see if we can find some calls we can gamble on. Chris?
Yeah, hey.
17. So you have a 22-year-old girlfriend.
I guess you might call it that.
With a child.
2 kids.
2 kids.
Yep.
And you're attracted?
Yeah.
To the fact that she has kids? Is that...
Oh, no, I found out about that afterwards, but it didn't really bother me.
I got it.
Yeah.
You could gamble on him.
Really?
Yeah,
you found out about it afterwards.
But he knew. You got to fix that one.
Yeah. And it's been, I guess, the past 3 to 4 relationships minus one has been older. I mean, one was I was 15 and she was 22.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But they were all projects, weren't they?
They were all, they didn't last long. They were just basically maybe a month, nothing more than that. And I'm just trying to figure out why the heck am I going for someone so much older? I mean, it just seems kind of strange. I mean, if you need the background thing of, the parents' divorce and all that, yeah, it did happen.
Yeah, I'm getting more that it's not so much that they're older, it's that they're more obviously broken.
What do you mean broken?
They're more in need of help from you.
Yeah, I was looking at it that way, too. I mean,
you got to look at it this way. I mean, a 22-year-old woman with a couple of kids who's already had a family and been divorced at the tender young age of 22.
You sort of tune into that pain and go after it and try to correct it.
Yeah, the last person I was with, I don't know if I was the precipitating factor, but she got divorced soon after I was around. So.
All right, but why do you break up with them?
Actually,
your work is done?
A couple of people. It hasn't been work is done. It's just been moved apart because of I was either there for, I had a job, or she was here for some reason, like staying over at, the family's house for a couple of weeks, and that's it. This is more permanent, I guess, because...
Did anybody find that an acceptable reason?
He's going for sort of vulnerable pickings. Somebody's in need and there, nearby, available.
That was that was my porn name when I was doing country gay porn.
That was V Pickens.
Vulnerable Pickens, yeah.
Okay, so...
All right, so Chris, you're sort of fixer-upper. Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, hey.
All right, so the question is, why do you need to repair everybody you're with?
Yeah, I'm basically one of that.
Was your mom broken down when you were a kid?
Mom right now is divorced. She's real strong-willed. We've got a bunch of fights and stuff once in a while.
You been living with her?
Yeah, I'm living with her right now. Currently arguing about whether I'm going to live with her or my dad.
And why doesn't she want you going to your dad's?
What's that again?
Why doesn't she want you going to your dad's?
Oh, no, she is arguing whether, I should go to my dad's instead of living here. Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, so we're both, I guess, kind of stubborn, kind of hard-willed, and I don't know if that has anything to do with it. It probably does. I'm just trying to figure out, hey, why? All
right, Drew. Would you spit out something good in the next 15 seconds
no,
so we can move on?
I don't know that we can come up with a specific why, except to say that you obviously have a difficult relationship with your mom, and God knows she was probably less there for you even when you were younger, when you really needed her. And then you're carrying around some luggage, some pain from that, and you are drawn to other people who have similar kinds of issues.
Now, is it...
as a way of trying to rescue them and master those same feelings in yourself.
All right, and listen, all you screwballs, let's forget about the why for a minute. Just let's focus on the is instead of the why. You're doing it. You've agreed that you're doing it. We know this is something you're doing repetitively. Let's not look into why. Let's just look into knocking it off.
It's sort of an easy, maybe perhaps overly easy way of looking at this, is that if you're really attracted to somebody, be careful. Watch it.
Pat.
Yes, sir.
You're 27.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
Hey, hanging out in Anaheim.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Pat?
I'm hanging, man. What are you guys drinking?
What do you think?
Well, I heard Jägermeister, but is that it?
Jaeger and Coors Light.
No Jack and Coke?
Nah, Jaeger, bro.
Jaeger and beer.
Hey,
and,
didn't know you?
Jeremy's going to be drinking rubbing alcohol or lantern oil in the 11 o'clock hour.
Another Pennywise experience here in a minute.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Pat, what's going on?
Well, I was wondering. I've been listening to Lit for quite a while, and I really like their style. And I was wondering what their who their influence is. What type of background did they come from, and how are they putting that into their music that they are putting out now, and also how are they dealing with all of the distractions that come along with all of the the success that they're now getting.
Aside from the cocaine?
You want to answer that, or Alan? I know you're the drummer. You got some good insight. Kevin?
I mean, we've been playing music together for about 10 years, and our influences are like, start from like the heavy metal bands that we listened to in the 80s. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Ozzy, Motley Crue, stuff like that, and then, God, we have so many influences, but, and as far as, the recent stuff that's been happening, it's killer,
Well, I think the Jägermeister is a pretty powerful influence
yeah.
in the band's life, too. And what about, no, I'll get drunk, and then I'll get surly. So that's the influences question, and the other question is the I guess the pitfalls of sudden stardom. Was that it, Pat?
All of the girls throwing themselves at your feet, and how do you deal with that and staying true to your roots instead of doing what corporate America really wants you to do? How do you,
the man has approached Lit. The man himself. The man came over and said, "Here's what corporate America wants you to do."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some big fat white guy in his 50s who's balding in a three-piece suit who approaches everybody at some point in their career and represents corporate America, like those old political cartoons. It's like the legs of a pig, but the torso of the guy from WKRP in Cincinnati, the old guy, Mr. What's his name, and they want you to sell out and sing about Pepsi. But how do you avoid that? That's the question.
Oh, boy. That is the question, isn't it?
Well, the thing is we have a lot of bands on this show, and the problem with people's perceptions is as soon as you start selling records, you've automatically sold out in some people's eyes. If you make a bunch of money and the thing goes platinum. But really, it's the same band that's been attempting to do the same thing. Now, you guys have been together for 9 years, right. And in a lot of cases, there's bands that have been doing it for 9 years, sometimes longer, sometimes less. But the deal is to try to get it out there and try to move a little product and make a little money and do what you love. And then as soon as you start selling it, people start turning on you. I don't know what the hell that is.
It's like a guy with a job, like a regular job, and he gets promoted to VP or something, and all his coworkers call him a sellout or something. It's like,
right.
You're not in this to...
who struggles with that the most is Dickie from the Bosstones. Constantly struggles with that notion.
Yeah, the band was kicking around for 13 years before they could move out of the same apartment that they're all living in, and now they sell some records and make some money. But Drew, you calling them sell out every time you see him doesn't help.
Dickie?
Yes.
No, how much I appreciate. No. How much I appreciate his care in how he proceeds. He's really being very sensitive and careful.
Hello?
And of course, bands like Chumbawamba stay true to their anarchistic roots.
Right.
Well, our record hasn't even come out yet, so we haven't even sold one. So we can't gauge that sort of.
No, you can't sell out till you've sold at least a box of CDs.
A box of 30.
Gabriel.
Yeah, hi, how you guys doing?
Good. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I just, first of all, just wanted to tell you I enjoy the show. I've been listening for a couple of years now that we got it.
Thanks a lot,
Seattle, I listened down in Portland. I appreciate your insensitive wit, Adam. Not to insult you. You're a funny guy. You're very witty.
We had a nice time in Seattle.
Yeah, we did.
Really?
We're out there a week ago.
Friday, yeah, a week ago.
Where'd you guys go?
University.
Really? Like lock, stock, or did you go to a bar?
No, we were in a huge room, giant room.
So, but do you have an audience?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna curse.
Yeah.
Shoot, darn.
Yeah. Gabriel, what do you want?
Anyways, okay. I have a very good friend of mine. I've been friends with him now for about 5 years. We're real tight and everything. His little sister, she's 14. We always talk and stuff like that because she kind of she looks up to me, stuff like that. But now, we've been talking more and more, and she's telling me, because I'm kind of concerned because she drinks a lot. And she's doing drugs a lot. Like
14.
I look at her, I walk in, and I've experimented when I was a little skateboarder with hallucinogenics, the acid, all the other, ecstasy, stuff like that.
All right, so what's she telling you?
She's telling me, she's already slept with 9 guys.
Oh my! Hey, yeah. Gabriel, she's in trouble.
14.
She is in trouble.
Yeah.
Big time.
She doesn't go to school.
Why not?
She's homeschooled.
Oh.
By she lives in a very
Sleeping with 9 guys is homeschooling, Drew. I don't know if you're aware of that. Technically,
I've had some young adults recently who have been sort of homeschooled, and they're so resentful of their parents. They feel like they were somehow kept, locked away and unable to develop like a normal kid. They just hate it.
Yeah, you're like veal or something being raised at home.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine your mom
in most cases
leaning over you? Recess means you get to watch 10 minutes of TV, and then it's
Young
back.
and Restless at 11, and then back to work.
Listen, here's the whole thing. Here's why I'm never going to homeschool my kids. Your kids, there's a certain point when you learn that you hate your parents and you blame them for everything that's gone wrong in your life, okay? Now, at least when they're at a public school or just at any school, the kid can blame the teachers, blame the principal, blame the bully. They're going to blame your ass, and they'll continuously blame your ass for the whole schooling debacle.
For everything.
Right. And then what do you do on the weekends? You go to school? You go on the school campus and sit around?
You go on the swings at the school?
So anyways.
Yeah, all right. So listen, this girl's in trouble, right?
Yeah, and I'm wondering, okay, the parental situation is she's got a stay-at-home mom that thinks that Jesus is going to take care of everything. And she doesn't, I don't know if it's that she's naive or she doesn't want to believe that it's her only daughter for 1 out of 3.
All right. Listen, Gabriel.
Yeah.
This is the sister of a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. Go talk to him about it, would you?
Oh, he just wants to beat the heck. See, I have. We've tried the approach of like the older boyfriends, going, we're just going to beat the crap out of him.
No. It's mom. Mom is the problem, and your friend needs to prevail here on behalf of his sister. This child needs to get to some help.
Yeah.
Mom is not doing the right job.
Oh, you're going to be... all right, I'll get to that plug in a second. Tell Mom that Jesus looks out for Jesus. I think that's Jesus' new policy, by the way.
That Jesus had you call us.
Right. That better. Lit, by the way, is going to be in Seattle at the Crocodile Cafe. That would be the 27th.
Bring her down there. Bring your mom down there.
February?
We'll talk to your friend.
That's coming up this weekend, right?
So beautiful up there.
Oh, yeah. You guys are going to have a good time. Drew, you want to sell a call, then we'll go to break? Just tell me which one, and get something decent. I know we got to find some good gambling, though. Hey, Sherry, Ann, tell Sherry or you, please, let's find a good gambling call, because we want to gamble with Lit before the night is through. When we come back, we'll talk to Kenny's 22. Why does his penis ache after he's had sex? That's good. Oh, and it says funny accent, too. That's always good. Kenny?
Yeah.
What kind of accent do you have?
None.
Where are you from?
Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah. That's good. That's going to be good. I've never been to that Cincinnati, but I hear a lot about the Cincinnatians. What war did we kick their ass in, Drew? Were they Allied or Axis power? All right. Well, anyway, we'll have a good time with Kenny and his wild Ohio accent after this.
This is Loveline.
Loveline will be right back.
Loveline on 92.1 KFMA.
Hello, my name's Dickie Barrett.
My name's Joe Gittleman.
We're in the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and you're listening to Loveline.
With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. AJ, Jeremy, Kevin, and Alan are all here from Lit. Lit's got a second CD out, and actually will be out this coming Tuesday. And we'll hear something else off of that, A Place in the Sun. Drew?
Yep.
You ready?
Yep.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, what are we listening to here?
We're not listening to anything.
Ziploc.
No, we're not hearing it yet. We'll hear it in the second hour.
Yeah, that's what we're going to listen to.
Okay.
All right, but he thought we were listening now. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Kenny.
You thought he thought.
You're 22.
Yep.
No, that's what he thought. You thought wrong.
Yeah, Adam, I want to say you're great.
Thanks.
Great comedian.
Fantastic. What's going on?
Well, my problem is my penis and testes always ache after sex.
Time, right?
No, this is not a gambling call.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm not reading the monitor, so I don't know what's going on.
Is it after you masturbate or after you're with somebody?
Both.
Are you real active, like regularly, like a couple times a day kind of thing?
It starts hurting after once a day.
How many times a day do you actually do it, though?
Well, it's usually as much as I do it because
it hurts.
Now, the pain comes in after you're done.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And does it seep in? The thing about the scrotum is the pain seeps in.
Right.
It's weird. Even if a guy kicks you right in the nuts, it still seeps in.
It's a delayed reaction.
Yeah, other parts of your body experience pain immediately. The nuts have a seepage. Like the guy kicks you in the nuts and you go, you think to yourself, hey, it's not so bad. And then about 2 minutes later, oh. And so, it's funny. I just will pre-react now, knowing that the pain is coming. Oh, that's going to hurt. Man, is that going to hurt in about a minute to 2.5 minutes. So the pain seeps into the area. Do you have a bent penis? No?
That's a good question.
It was?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And is the pain actually in the penis?
It's the only show in the world where you can ask a guy if he has a bent penis, and it turns out it's a good question.
That's what I was going to say.
That wouldn't fly on the McLaughlin group or anything like that.
Is the pain up in where is the pain exactly? Is it in the testes? Is it between the legs? And where is it?
It's in the testes and also in the shaft, too.
In the shaft of the penis.
What are you using?
I suspect you're just doing it too much.
It's once a day.
Yeah, but I suspect that he does better sometimes.
You do more than once a day, Kenny?
No, once a day is it.
Once a day for 4 hours?
No.
What are you using for lubrication?
When I masturbate?
Yeah.
Just baby oil.
Okay.
That works pretty good.
Say it was shampoo or something.
Petroleum product. Is that all right?
Head and shoulders.
Yeah, but stay away from the Selsun Blue. That's the Perel. I've heard many a horror story about the Perel.
Well, it's the same with sex, though, too.
Right.
Are you doing anything especially vigorous, or anything we should know about in terms of your technique?
No, just the amount of orgasms is what brings it on.
That's what I'm saying. So lay off.
Yeah, but Drew, he has sex once a day, or he masturbates once a day, and then has a creeping pain.
It's too much for him.
Wait, you have sex or masturbate once a day. How many orgasms do you have?
Just one.
Oh, just one. Oh, I thought you said you had a few.
But you're saying it's related to the amount and frequency of sex that develops this, right?
No, it's not.
That seems to be the problem, but I mean, I'm wondering how...
Drew, please, you don't know how people speak. You don't understand them at all.
Clarify it.
Kenny?
Yeah.
If you masturbated or had sex, let's just say once in a 2-week period, would there still be pain?
No, not in 2 weeks. No.
No. Oh, son of a bitch, Drew may be right. So, if you had sex or masturbated once a week, would you have pain?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, why don't you just go down to wherever that threshold is, where there's just enough pain to be uncomfortable, but not to be excruciating, and that's sort of your mark. I mean, maybe if you can do it once a week with no pain, you should be able to do it 2 or 3 times a week with some minor discomfort, right?
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, right now I have a girlfriend, and
All right, listen, Screwball, your penis it's no Ford truck.
It's telling you something.
Let me tell you, it's like a Jaguar or something. It's temperamental.
But
you can't drive it every day.
Yes, it's normal for there to be amount. That's why I was able to determine that was the issue was. That's normal.
I don't understand that. Why is that?
Why does that happen?
Yeah, I mean...
This is just what happens if you masturbate too much.
Once a day is too much?
For him, that's too much.
Maybe he's got, like, low sperm count or something like
different for different people.
We could never hang, me and this Kenny. We'd have nothing to talk about. He masturbates once a day, and that's too much?
What would you do?
Yeah, I don't. And this is 22. Jeez, at 22, I could do much better than that. Are you kidding me?
All right, we're proud of you.
Thank you.
You want to take a song?
No, Drew, I just told you we'll do it in the 11 o'clock. We play one song in the 10 o'clock hour and the other one in the 11.
Amy is 23. What's going on?
Let me tell you, don't think he's a big fan of lit. That means he either wants to make a phone call, take a leak, or go make some popcorn. Is that true, Drew?
No, I want to get some tea.
All right. Jesus. Amy?
Hello?
What's going on?
Hi. About a week ago, my boyfriend was driving home, and he said that he had a seizure where he started convulsing, couldn't control the car, and he vomited and he defecated. And then within a few seconds, he was very exhausted, but he drove home and took care of everything.
Was he unconscious during the seizure?
I'm sorry?
Was he unconscious during the seizure?
No, he knew what was going on, but he couldn't function. Like, he couldn't grab a hold of anything to, like, steer the car. He just killed the car. And then after it stopped, he, like, calmed down, and then he came home.
That car's never going to be right, by the way. You're going to have to just torch it and collect the insurance money on it. Cars, like, have certain limits, and vans have bigger limits, Like, you could throw up 4 or 5 times in a van before it's no good. But a car, usually get one vomit and no defecating. Sometimes you can trade one defecation for a couple of vomits, but you vomit and defecate in a car, and that's it. It's actually in the Blue Book. There's mileage, and then there's conditions where it has a sunroof on it, whether it's automatic, and then there's the vomit and defecation. Penalties, yeah. You take like $480 for each carrot or pea that was found in the car.
Okay.
And you find corn in there, that's $750 at Colonel. So that's it can drop fast. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, my question is, could it have been brought on by stress?
Yeah, let me ask a couple questions. Is he on any medication?
He's been on Zoloft in the past, but not right now.
And does he do drugs at all?
No, not at all.
And did he get sick after this? Did he have, like, fevers or anything of that sort?
Just very tired. He said he felt, like, weird. He could feel something coming on, and then it happened, and then after that he just got very tired.
Because most generalized seizures you'd be unconscious for. It's kind of weird that he'd be generalized but be awake. But it's
what should he do? He should go get a CAT
he should
scan
have gone,
or something,
he should have gone to the emergency room that evening.
Well, this is my question. He's an emergency medical technician, and if he goes, he's afraid they're going to pull his license.
Because he's setting a poor example for people he's picking up. He's going to crash his van.
There's two ways to look at this. One is, if he's an EMT and he knows the people at the emergency room, they could maybe fudge for him. But the other side of this, is if he has a seizure disorder, he shouldn't be driving. He needs to be reported.
Yeah,
and that's for
the
his
last
own
thing
safety
you want
and
is
other people's safety.
Some guy to pick you up because you fractured your shin or something, and then you perform CPR on him.
I mean, the real
on the side of the Ventura Freeway while he's defecating.
But the real question is whether he really had a seizure or not. And if he did, he needs that evaluated, and it needs his license revoked for the time.
Okay.
And they'll give it back to him once he gets on stable medication.
Well, listen, I watched Emergency for many years growing up, and I know that one of them drove, and the other one was riding shotgun, right?
Yeah, John Gage rode shotgun.
Gage?
Yeah, Gage.
You know, it was weird when I was, that show was in its prime when I was going to Walter Reed Junior High, and I think I was in like the 7th grade, and I was walking to school down Colfax Street in North Hollywood, and those guys were parked in Engine 51 in that car, and they're out front of a sort of neighbor kid. I mean, a kid I knew, and it turns out they were filming in the next intersection, but they had to get the green light and then pull into this set. You know, they had all the cameras and lights and everything, but from where I was, I couldn't see any cameras or lights. I was just walking up on a paramedic's truck, and so I came up to the truck to see if something was wrong with the neighbor. I couldn't see the guys. I was just coming up behind the truck, and I poked my head in, and there was Gage and DeSoto. And I said, "Holy Christ, you guys are for real!" And they went, "Get the F out of here, kid." I went, "Huh?" And then, before you knew it, they took off, and a few blocks down the road, I figured out they were filming down at the Toppers Market. All right, Lit is here. They will remain here. We'll hear something off their forthcoming CD, and we'll take some more calls all after this.
Oh, yeah, everybody now.
Loveline. It's a programming glitch. Loveline. Can we talk to you for a second?
Loveline. They are treading water in a sea of retarded sexuality.
Loveline.
Exclusively on Tucson's New Rock. 92.1 KFMA.
Hey, it's Loveline. We're going to take our traditional 10-second top of the hour station identification. The band's going to wrestle with some of the equipment. I know you guys are accustomed to working around microphones. And we'll be back with more Loveline in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
Radio
Station. League of Broadcasters.
92.1 KFMA, Green Valley, Tucson.
All right, we're back with more Loveline. Peter Williams. Wilson. Jesus Christ. I got to get glasses or Anne's got to write bigger or something. Drew, did I screw up anything? Okay.
Not yet.
Not yet? And who else is coming in? Larry Flint, tomorrow night. She's from La Femme Nikita.
Right. You ever seen that show?
Yeah, I know she's real hot. Lots of guys are into her. Is that true?
Huh?
Is it the blonde girl, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is she from, where's she from? She's from somewhere, isn't she?
And? Where is Peter
Does
Wilson
she have an
from?
accent?
Yeah, she has an accent.
It's like a Russian accent or something.
Australian, I think, maybe?
All right, well, we'll get to the bottom of it tomorrow. Tonight, we'll all just insert our own nationality when we're thinking about it after we get home.
Our favorite.
Yes, Lit is here tonight, and Lit's got and everything for $10. It's really the farthest your entertainment dollar is going to go, especially in, where's it at? In
Fullerton.
Anaheim.
Yeah, Fullerton, actually.
Oh, it's in Fullerton?
360.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says Tower Records Anaheim here.
That's the next day.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's the day of the release, and
right.
we'll be playing inside Tower.
And so the first one's in Fullerton?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow night.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if you can drink in Tower.
Well, you can go out there. That's what they have a parking lot for.
Wait. The 20 seconds at Club 369, is that right?
Yeah.
'Cause I couldn't figure out what the hell you guys were talking about. That is 1649 North Placentia in Fullerton.
There you go.
All right.
Okay. Angel.
Hi.
Hey, you're 14.
Ooh, Angel.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Tino, sorry.
Hi, guys. Hi, Lit.
Hi, Angel.
Bye, how you doing?
Good. Where are you from again?
Los Angeles.
Oh, there you go.
What's going on?
I'm attracted to my best friend.
How old's your best friend?
Same age as me, 14.
Uh-huh.
Male or female?
Female.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, now's the time for gambling, Drew.
Here we go.
All right.
Want to gamble? All right.
What is it?
So loved.
Hold on a second there, Angel.
Okay.
All right. Angel's 14. She's attracted to her closest female friend. She's got that little girl voice. Now, she is a little girl at 14, but she even has a little more breath in there, right?
Yeah.
All right, Drew, you got a buck for me there, buddy?
Is that the way it's buck?
Uh-oh. Drew's got a 5.
I got a 5, right? 5 spots,
You mean like a buck, right? Like,
Oh, no, we're not in a band. We don't sell stuff.
I roll it.
We'll go $5. HR.
Drew, you want to go to the big $5 night? Come on.
I gotta see what's the bet. What's the bet gonna
It's a
be?
big. Oh, please,
All
Drew.
right, buck.
I'll go out to I'm wearing sweatpants, and the thing about sweatpants is, and there really should be a warning right on the pants, which is everything in your goddamn pocket will be on the floor. Please do not plan on sitting, squatting, or kneeling, because everything that's in your pocket, keys, sunglasses, wallets, it's going to go flying like it was shot out of a cannon. So everything's on the floor of my car. I will go out and get my $5. Drew, let's go $5 tonight. Come on, you cheap bastard.
I don't have a strong...
$5.
Well, that makes it more exciting.
I'll roll $5.
All right, this is a
I'll
big
roll
night. This is a big night. We usually go $1. It's a big,
it's in the house. We're the high roller.
$30 pot here with Lit.
That's awesome.
We're part of the Poker Mike Club.
All right, Drew, you want to watch a grown man cry? If Drew doesn't win tonight, he will cry. He will argue for 45 minutes and well into a commercial break for the dollar. So just now that we're at $5, this is it.
Here we go.
All right, who's going to start? Angel's 14. She's into a female friend, and she's got that little girl voice. Shall I start?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going with sexual abuse. We got to get more specific?
Yeah.
Who perpetrated the abuse?
What age?
I'm going with stepdad. Stepdad.
Okay.
We got a weird uncle buzz going, but I'm going stepdad. Do I need any more than
I
that?
have to write this all down. Make sure you guys don't start...
Yeah, see? I knew Drew would start getting cheap now.
Stepdad.
You all right?
All right, go ahead.
All right, AJ?
I'm gonna say a step brother.
Did what?
And
something sexual?
Alcohol. I'm gonna throw in the alcohol.
Who?
Alcoholism. Probably the stepfather.
Okay.
Stepfather's an alcoholic. Interesting. All right, Jeremy?
I'm gonna roll with maybe when she was around between 9 and 11.
Ooh.
She was abused by either a babysitter or an aunt.
Ooh, sexual.
Sexual.
Again.
That was my answer.
Yeah, well, let me tell you guys, it's not a bad bet to go with everything's fine, because once in a while, everything is fine, and moreover than that, sometimes they won't admit to stuff, and then you win by default. You know what I mean? Like
Kevin.
maybe the babysitter did get to them, but
Go ahead.
they're not going to talk about it.
Kevin.
I'm going to say she's just curious. And everything's fine. She's
Okay,
just curious.
that's smart.
Oh, see, that's not fair, Alan. You just
Well,
gave me the
hey.
answer.
Alan?
It rolls over to the next one if that's the answer.
Almost out of choices. I'd say, like, older brother's friend.
Oh, older brother's friend, something sexual.
Yeah.
Now, you know, no one's really
Ooh, I
got
like
to
that
any.
one. I like that one.
There could be some physical abuse. It doesn't have to be anything sexual. Could be perpetrated by a woman, too, although it never seems to be. Drew, what do you got?
I don't think there's any sexual abuse.
No sexual
although
abuse.
I like the older brother's friend. I could have gone for that. But violence in the home, though. Dad who left, absent dad, violent stepdads, and just...
Alcohol?
And now, not necessarily, and is really missing intimacy and confusing intimate feelings for sexual feelings.
All right. Angel?
Yeah?
We got a lot riding on this pot now.
$30.
You should have went your first instinct. I have a schizophrenic uncle living in the backyard of my house.
Damn, I was going to say that. Who said uncle? Didn't you?
I had an uncle thought. I had a strong uncle
yeah,
feeling, but I didn't go with it. No.
Well, what's he done to you?
Huh?
What's he done to you?
Nothing. He, attempted, a few months ago or something, he tried to get me, to go in the backyard. Hey, your grandma's asleep. Come on. Go through the back door. Grandma's asleep. Come on. I'm like, no.
What, you mean something sexual?
I don't know. He was, going crazy at the time. He goes off and on.
Yeah.
And I keep sending him back.
Yeah. Why?
Whose brother is that?
Huh?
Whose
My
brother?
aunt's brother.
Yeah.
I was physically abused by my aunt.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute.
You said sexual abuse, though, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was sexually abused. I was physically abused.
Oh, no. I should get half the pot then.
You never heard guys so disappointed that someone wasn't sexually. You sure you weren't raped, honey? Oh, we're sorry to hear that.
Look at that.
Well, now, wait a minute. Let's look at this here.
No, well, hold on. Let's get to the bottom of it, and then we'll tally it up. Because I know Drew's really spinning out with $30 here. So I probably already got it spent.
What's that?
I had my father. I never met him.
Yeah, absent dad.
My mother was on all kind of drugs when I was born.
Ooh, no one went with the drugs.
How about your stepdads?
She never remarried.
Did she have boyfriends?
Huh?
Did she have boyfriends?
My mom, yeah.
What were they like?
I can only know one of them burnt the crap out of my arm.
Burnt your arm?
Not on purpose though. He was cooking and I was running to
Sure, the crack pipe drops sometimes. The kid comes in at an inopportune moment. How did he burn your arm?
I was running to the kitchen and he dropped. He was cooking some chicken or something.
Right.
Fried chicken, and I would run to the kitchen.
Okay, but
because my mom was
okay. Hey, hold on, Angel. Why was your mom chasing you?
We were playing.
Okay. Well, listen. Accidents. We can't tally those up. Those don't count.
Okay, and her boyfriends are really nice.
Her boyfriends are nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so boyfriends are nice.
Yeah.
You've never met your father.
Yes.
You've never met him.
Was never sexually abused.
No sexual abuse.
None.
Are you a virgin?
Yes. Except for when I was little, me and my cousin, we used to that whole show me mine, I'll show you your thing.
Yeah, that's normal.
It's normal unless Drew bets on it. and then the SWAT team must be called in if Drew took. Oh, Drew, please, you are so transparent.
What happened? What happened with your friend, your cousin?
My cousin.
Yeah.
We was touching each other.
Yeah.
She was female. We were touching each other and kissing and everything.
How old were you?
Huh?
How old were you when that happened?
I was really small.
You're very young.
I was really young. I think I was 5.
All right, so there's some touching, Drew. And, Drew, don't give me that puss, because you're the first one to be outraged when young people are touching other young people.
No,
and I'm the one who
it's
says...
sexual touching.
That was sexual.
When it's exploration, she goes, you show me mine, that's normal. But when it becomes purposeful sexual...
They were kissing and stuff, she said.
It's getting close.
Was she touching your private parts, Angel?
Yeah.
But was she...
okay.
Were you having sex?
No.
No.
Oh, Drew, you are so pathetic. I've said to you, I say to you all the time, listen, kids get naked, kids get curious.
Right.
Oh, no, that's not right. That is not, no, that has an effect.
If it's not
blah, blah, blah. Kids, what do you mean? I mean, if she doesn't yell like a, you know you love it, bitch, halfway into it, it's exploration?
If it's sexualized. Kids that age will explore.
Please.
Adam, you've not learned your lessons here at all.
No, you have not learned. Angel? All right, exploration.
I know you are, but what am I?
Listen, you're it was exploration of an erogenous zone, and that makes it sexual, Drew. All right?
It's close. I agree with you.
I mean, for 6-year-old girls, how sexual can you get? I mean,
if one of them has been abused, it can get overtly sexual. That's what I'm talking about.
Angel, do you suspect your cousin had ever had anything done to her?
I have no idea.
All right, let's get back.
She is the daughter of perhaps the crazy man living out in the back.
No, it's
different one.
Different one.
my abusive aunt's son's daughter.
Now, what did your abusive aunt do to you?
Like when she found out what me and my cousin were doing, and like a year after that, she just like every time I make it, every little thing I done, she blow it out of proportion, and she like punch me, choke me and stuff.
Ooh, jeez.
All right. That's like a
violence.
That's a quick timeout, is what that is.
But Angel, listen, what's happening now? Do you really want to have your friend be your girlfriend, or are you just having curious feelings about her?
I don't know, but one time I was like over her house, and like you know how you sleep and like your arm is like over here and everything, and everything. Like I had my arm like around like over her, you know, and then she like moved my arm to her stomach and like made me rub her stomach, and I started rubbing her stomach, and she moved my hand up to like her chest area, and we like almost made out, but we were like no.
Oh, okay. So you grew up in an environment that didn't have real clear boundaries, and maybe that's what's going on here, Angel. Right. Sounds like you're all right. Your stepdads or your mom's boyfriends were good guys, though, huh?
Yeah.
None of them you ever saw them strike your mom or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I never saw my mom that much.
You didn't see your mom that much?
No.
Okay. All right. Angel? Here's the deal. You sound smart, and you sound together, and you sound fine, and you're going to have some tendencies.
Just be careful,
And just keep an eye on yourself, would you?
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah?
Yeah?
What's a bong?
A bong?
Yeah.
Adam, go ahead. You've
You
made a
guys
few.
talk about bongs a lot.
Really? It's where stone guys keep their flowers.
Huh?
It's basically, it's an apparatus to smoke marijuana.
Okay.
All right?
In the 70s.
Oh, don't tell that to my friends. They'll strangle you like
I
that.
think Jeremy and I were the closest.
Well,
I think so too, Drew. Actually,
what'd you have?
Jeremy got
hold on, I think I was the closest.
Jeremy got the aunt. I got the absent dad and violence.
I don't think that.
I think we should let it go over to the next call.
And no sexual abuse. I was the only one that said no sexual abuse.
All right, now hold on a second.
True.
Hold on a second. First off, you have 18 years of clinical practice, and Jeremy was thrown out of the 10th grade for smoking weed.
That's what I'm saying. I should get my fight back, and the rest go to Jeremy.
No. Now listen to me, Drew.
Wait a minute, there's only $15 out there, first of all.
I know. I got to go out to the car.
Okay.
It's over there.
Hey, here's what happened, Drew. You said that there was violence, but it was perpetrated by the stepdad.
Among other things, stepdad and an absent dad. And there was no sexual abuse.
Listen, nobody's dad is around anymore.
Adam,
The kid is named Angel.
Adam,
please.
No sexual abuse.
No sexual
I'm the
abuse.
only person that said that.
No, you are not, because Kevin said no
that's
sexual
right,
abuse.
That's right, fine.
Why?
That's what Kevin gets up to.
No, Kevin
was
doesn't,
so
Kevin
far
doesn't
out.
get anything, because there's a lot going on there,
You took
Kevin.
the safe route.
Listen, Drew, you said stepfather perpetrated violence, and there was no violence by a boyfriend or stepfather. That role was not violent for her. It was the aunt, okay? So we'll give it to Jeremy.
Whatever.
All right.
I'll roll even money with Drew and give him his $5 back.
We'll argue during the commercial. Where the hell are we, Drew? Who do you want to talk to?
Hold on a second, man. Dude, throw that in his
pissed. James?
Yes.
You're 28.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
Well, I've been married for 6 years and having a lot of sex with my wife, and then all of a sudden it just stopped.
And by the way, Drew, if you'd picked sexual abuse, you would have counted the 6-year-old experimenting on her sexual abuse. You know damn well I'm right about that. Yes, you would have. Oh, please. Drew, when you go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, would you, next time instead of staring at your penis? James, I'm sorry.
Not a problem.
What happened to you? You're 28? What?
Well, I've been married for about 6 years.
Yeah.
And good relationship.
Oh, he drank that other Jägermeister, didn't he? That's the
no,
problem
it wasn't me. No, it wasn't. I didn't do that. Kevin did. James?
Yes.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, but over a period of a couple of years, just the sex has been dwindling from 5 times a week to 3 times, 2 times. Now, you know, it was getting to where it was like once a month. Now it's not at all.
Right, and this is your wife's decision.
Yes.
Sounds like a pretty normal marriage to me.
Is it? If you had it your way, how many times a day or a week would you have sex?
In reality, 3 times would be nice, but a week would be cool.
Right. Okay. Has she had kids?
Yeah, we have 2 girls.
2 girls.
How old is the youngest?
2.5.
Yeah. Did something drop off after the kids?
Well, our 5-year-old, after that, you know, we were having sex, I mean, 5 times a week, a couple times when we would have it, you know, we would go a couple times. You know, I mean, it was like we couldn't get enough of each other. Then.
Right. Then she got pregnant.
And then it did slow down a little bit with our first child, you know, to where it was like, you know, twice a week, and then maybe the next week, you know, a couple more times, and you know, it was kind of, it would have periods of good and not.
All right. So how's the relationship other than this?
You know, she did start a job about 8 months ago. She wasn't working for, you know, since our first child was born, and she did start that. And I really can't say that it started when, you know, it seemed like the sex was kind of like dwindling prior.
What does she say the problem is?
That you know, well, when we're having sex, it's like, you know, she'll say, you know, it's like she's just doing it for me.
That she tells you that.
Right.
But don't you then ask her why?
Well, because she doesn't want me to, you know. I mean, she deprives me for a long time, then it's finally like,
no, James, you're not
You're
with
missing
me.
the point here.
Oh.
Can't you communicate with your wife about what's going
on with
what's
her?
up with in the relationship?
Absolutely.
And what does she say?
She says that a lot of it is basically that I don't listen to her. You know, I'm trying to, you know, like I always try to like come back with like a rebuttal, like.
Yeah.
You want to argue about things?
Well, not so much argue, but it's like I try to fix things for her.
Yeah, right. So
rather than just listening.
She wants you to listen.
Yeah.
Right.
She wants you to be more present in the relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Chicks are such a pain in the ass with that present stuff.
But, you know, isn't it through a marriage? I mean, you know, it's not like I want to go out and have sex with anybody else, but, I mean, shouldn't it just be to where, you know...
Part of her job?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you're thinking, what's in it for you? I mean, why don't you bother getting married, right?
Well, I mean... It's,
all right.
you know,
James, okay, so
There's something more going on here, too, I suspect.
Well, James, you're kind of a dicky guy, right?
I can do that, I guess.
I mean, a little bit.
Do you drink a lot?
Not a lot, but when I do drink, I'll drink, you know.
A lot.
Right, and here's what women do, by the way, and I don't claim that it's fair, but it's certainly reality. Guys don't have to like the person they're having sex with. They don't have to know them. They don't have to agree with them. They could have met them earlier that evening when they retrieved the ping pong ball that went flying out of their vagina. And that's oftentimes a nice icebreaker. Little help? Yeah, I got it. If you wipe it off or you hand it back to them, it's really a suave move. But guys don't need this. Women, if you're in a relationship with them, especially married with a couple of kids, if you're not sort of belling up to the emotional bar, they will close down on you. And then what happens is, instead of talking about it, the guy just gets pissed off and thinks she's not doing her job as a wife, and now she gets, the more pissed off he gets, the more pissed off she gets, and now, 6 months goes by, no one's been laid.
Right.
It's the end of oral sex, especially. So stop arguing with them. You know what I mean? Unless you just got an ether rag and some duct tape, you're not getting laid.
He's got to start being more romantic with her, obviously.
Yeah.
Just being, a guy and wanting to have sex.
She wants something from him that he's not giving up, and he's spending too much time arguing about it instead of just listening. Guys, you got to learn how to pretend like you're listening, right, Drew?
Yeah, I'm pretending right now.
Thank you. Your wife's going to kick your ass if she heard that. I'll tell you that right now.
I listen to her. It's you that I pretend with.
Oh, please. Let me tell you something. You could only listen to like 1 out of every 15 words she says. You couldn't possibly digest all of that. It's like the guy that used to do the Alaskan airline commercials or whoever that was, the world's fastest talker. You couldn't. There's no way you could digest all that information. All right. Lit is here tonight. We are going to take ourselves a little break. Drew, who are we going to speak to when we come back?
How about Amy?
What's her problem?
She's scared of gynecologists.
Okay, that's good.
Me too.
I got a way of,
Let's talk about that.
of getting into that. All right, we'll be back after this.
The phone number 2.1 KFMA.
Hey there, Loveline fans. It's the show that has the same name. I'm Adam Carolla. That is the very wrong and argumentative Dr. Drew. We're still not done arguing about that big pot bet, and I got to run out the car and get some money. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Lit is here, and they got themselves a new album called Place and Sun, which will be out on Tuesday. And let's hear something else off of that album, which again will be out on Tuesday. This one's called Ziploc. Oh, it's a good song. Ziploc.
Thanks.
That is from Place in the Sun. Drew?
And you can get it for $10 tomorrow night at Club 369 in Fullerton. And the following day, they'll be in appearance at Tower Records in Anaheim, 6 p.m. That's 220 North Beach Boulevard in Anaheim.
Drew, you are one of the best readers I know.
Smooth.
Silky. Couldn't even tell. So it was like he put the gig together.
Thanks
the way he said that.
Just imagining it at that moment.
Amy.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hi, Amy.
Good.
Good. You guys rock. Lit. Is it lit?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Thanks, good, yeah.
Anyway, I'm 22 and had a really bad experience when I was 14 with a doctor.
What happened?
Well, I was young and I just went for a physical.
Yeah.
And it was a family practitioner or whatever, and she insisted that she do a pelvic exam.
Sure.
And I was crying, and I've always disliked doctors for some reason. And I freaked out, and she did it anyway. And then from then on, for the past 8 years, it's really bothered me.
Was anybody from your family or friends or anything present when you went through all that?
No, not at all.
Was she compassionate in any way?
I'm sorry?
Was she empathic in any way with what you were going through?
Not really, because I was, I didn't see the need for it, and I wasn't wearing a gown either. So I felt really invaded, and I was so angry, and I still am. For
What were you wearing?
Just like an undershirt.
Oh, she made you take your pants off.
Yeah.
And they didn't give you a gown.
No, I don't know. Why or why not? But all my friends you should go and to the gynecologist, and some people just disregard.
Hey, yeah, but Drew, what about that? I mean, if you got a 14-year-old in there, and you're trying to do your job, you're trying to check them out, but they really protest quite a bit. Shouldn't you just let them go?
That's my feeling, or get a family member in there or something to make them more comfortable. I mean, that's not right.
I don't know. It's bothered me ever since then, and I get so angry when, I have to go to the doctor for, my knee aches, and people just...
You got to go find a relationship with a physician somewhere, somebody you can talk to, meet with a couple times, and then maybe have a friend come with you when you actually go to have the pelvic.
What'd you go in there for? Just a checkup?
Yeah, it was just, my mom made an appointment for me and my brother, and just go get your blood tested, checkup, whatever. And so I was fine with it. I mean, I've always kind of distrusted doctors as it was, and I can go to dermatologist, dentist, and whatever, but I transfer schools so often, and I'm in and out of towns, and so it's really hard for me to stay in one place, to make, establish a relationship. And I made an appointment at my school's health center, and it got canceled, so I was going to go and just talk to the doctor, but it's really hard for me to do it in person, and that's why, I wanted to, get advice and, in a semi-anonymous, arena.
All right, well, hold on a second now, Amy. I don't want to come down too hard on you, but you're 14. You weren't 5.5 or 6.
No.
The person didn't try to hold you underwater in the pool until you passed out or whatever. They did a procedure on you that's done on millions and millions of other women. You're a little too freaked out about this. And the idea that you cannot separate this one experience. I mean, we've all been to the dentist and had a tough go of it, or been to the doctor and had a tough go of it. We've all had relationships or whatever that have been tough, but we can separate them from the other doctors and the other dentists and the other girlfriends or boyfriends. I mean, why can't you separate this?
I don't know.
Well, then it's not this, because there's something else going on with you.
Such as?
Well, you tell us. I mean, if you were more adjusted, I don't think this would have as big an impact on your life as it had.
Well, I don't sit every day and think about it, but, when I think about going to the doctor just,
okay, but what about before this? Nothing went on?
No, I mean, I never really cared much for doctors.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I feel like invaded.
All right, who invaded you?
Well, no one, but it all goes back to this one incident. I mean, beforehand...
The incident when you're 14?
Yeah.
No. Something else. Something younger? Somebody did something?
Well, no, I mean...
Huh?
When I was younger, I'd go to the doctor and I'd say, no, I don't want a shot. They'd be like, well, too bad, you know?
No.
Kind of blow me off.
Forget about the doctor. Where's your dad?
At home.
What's he do?
He's a businessman.
Yeah. Is he a good guy?
Very good.
Your school teacher? Your teacher's always been good to you at school?
Yeah, there's nothing at all related to that that's ever gone on in my family.
Yeah, but what? Any time anyone gets you to do something you didn't want to do?
Made you feel powerless?
Never. Just that it all. I mean, before that, there was nothing. Like, I didn't really care too much. You know, I think when I was younger, I was more curious about what doctors did and why they had to do it, and,
all right, well,
and I didn't know what they were doing.
All right, well, listen, you have no history then. Never raped, never abused, never beaten, never nothing. All boyfriends were good. You lost your virginity. It was a beautiful thing to a guy your age, right? Everything was good?
Yeah.
All right, then get over it.
Well, Amy, go a couple times. Maybe you see a nurse practitioner. Sometimes they have a little more time to develop the relationship, and bring somebody with you, one of your friends.
Really? To the gynecologist?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be worse, I think.
No, that's bizarre, isn't it?
No.
Hey, how's the vagina look from there, Sharon? Fine. Where'd she go? Where's your friend go?
She'll stay towards the head, the talking end. And, you know, she's gone through it, too, and she's there to support her friend, and that's that.
I would do that for any young ladies that were having difficulty in that environment. Celebrity handhold. We could talk about the radio show and some of my loves and that kind of thing. True, that's ridiculous. No one's going to do that, are they?
Yeah.
Really?
Why not?
The guys don't bring guys in to get like a prostate check, do they?
No.
It's not ridiculous.
It isn't? Have you done that, Ann?
No, I have but
you would
know anyone who's done that?
You'd support a friend.
But yeah, girls go to Planned Parenthood and that kind of thing with each other.
For Christ's sake, when Jimmy came in for his prostate thing, you came.
I brought a microphone. It was for the morning show. We're going to get a good bit out of it. What do you mean?
You still came?
I wasn't there to hold his hand. I was there to ridicule, though, Drew. There's a difference.
People connect in different ways, yeah.
Connect in different ways? We're trying to get a bit for the morning show. Drew, it's so funny that you mistake that for compassion. This guy was going to die. His bladder was going to explode, and we decided to be a funny bit for the morning show.
I don't mistake anything you guys did for compassion. In fact, you did everything you could to take the attention off him and onto you and your rectum.
Oh, okay, Drew. That's another story. Let's not get into that. I had a little problem with my bowels at the time I was in the office. I wanted Drew to have a little look-see, and he refused.
Friend's appointment.
Okay.
Kevin's got a problem with that, too. He wants to talk to you about, Drew.
Not on the air.
All right.
Maybe afterward.
Yeah, use them during the commercial break.
Okay.
Get some use out of them.
Sure.
All right, take a friend with you, but I don't want to be too hard on you, but you were 14. There's bad doctors. You weren't traumatized. It wasn't Jeremy Irons in that movie he did. So just get over it, right? And there's something more going on with her because
potentially something.
She never trusted doctors, blah, blah, blah. Danny.
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
You're 21. What's going on?
How's it going, man?
Hey, Lit, I just want to tell you guys I like your song.
Thanks a lot, bro.
It's real funny. And, I just had a question
It's about teen suicide, man. I don't know if you know that, Danny.
What's up, Danny?
Yeah, I just had a quick question about oral sex. I was just wondering about the giving partner. I know it's that they say the giving person is more at risk or whatever.
For HIV?
Yeah, and other things.
Yep.
But I was just wondering, what if the person, you don't let them come in your mouth, and is the pre-cum, if you ingest any of it, risky?
Risky, but obviously the bigger the volume, the more risk. And as far as HIV goes, it's thought that most of the risk, as I understand it, is the virus getting exposed to the esophagus.
Well, should I, really be paranoid about
that involves swallowing?
Yes.
Yeah, see, that's why I stopped.
Yeah, good.
No more of that.
Because, it was just one person, and I really didn't get that much, and it's I barely noticed, I got, there was some, then I was just oh my God, I freaked out.
All right, we'll get it tested for you. Have you had the hepatitis B vaccine?
No.
Danny, get that if you're going to be screwing around. At least get that.
Hey, Danny, what'd you expect, by the way, when you were blowing the guy in the parking lot? Didn't you?
How did you know it was the parking lot? Okay.
Was it in the parking lot?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, I'm right, aren't I? I know how you guys operate.
The
parking lot is your bedroom. The park is your living room. I know how this stuff works.
By the way, I just wanted to make a comment to Adam that sometimes I think you are insensitive to callers.
I know, but they're such a-holes.
But I just think you should have a little more patience for, like, women who say they've been molested and stuff, and just be a little more sensitive about it.
I do. My heart goes out to them. I only get impatient when they don't want to talk about that. If someone called up and said, hey, I'm 25 and, I was molested when I was 8 and I think it's really affecting my life and my relationship, I'm not going to make fun of them. I mean, we'll get right into it. But the problem is they call and go, I'm 25 and I cry every time my boyfriend has sex with me. And I say, well, what happened? Anything happened in the past? Nothing.
No,
Everything's
nothing.
fine. Everything's good. Nothing? No stepdad? No. And, 20 minutes later, somebody raped her when she was 8, and now I know it's still horrible, but I'm pissed off that I had to argue with her, and then she still then wants to get back to why she's crying when her current boyfriend is on top of her and not get into the real source of the problem. I know it's tough love, but we only have a few minutes with him. All right, so Danny?
Yeah.
And you have those guys put a condom on, would you?
All right, I will.
All right.
Get the hepatitis B vaccine, please.
Get the mint ones, the mint condoms.
Do they have those? They do for oral sex?
Hepatitis B is real common in the gay community. It can be completely prevented with a vaccine.
Okay. We are going to take ourselves a little break. Lit is in with us tonight. Pete is 17. How can he apologize to a girl he likes for saying she's a pain in the arse? All right. I'll put my velvety tongue to work for Pete in a very heterosexual way after this.
Loveline with Dr. on Tucson's New Rock, 92.1 KFMA.
Hey, it's the Loveline. The boys from Lit are here. A Place in the Sun is the name of the latest CD, which will be out on Tuesday. I was just reading a gay magazine, Lavender, it was called, and there's an article on me and Drew in here where they take a little bit of offense to some things we were saying. And basically, I think here's what they took offense to, which was we had a caller, or many callers, a guy called in, his girlfriend had cheated on him, and then when we found out she had cheated with a girl, we minimized it, saying it wasn't quite as bad. They don't like this because they feel that invalidates a lesbian relationship. It's not important. It doesn't count as a relationship. Listen, gays, lesbians, and otherwise, I'm just saying what reality is. I'm not making up policy. I'm just reporting on policy.
How guys react.
I can tell you, if you took 100 heterosexual men, said their girlfriend is going to have an indiscretion, now you have a choice. Is it going to be with a male, or is it going to be with a female?
About 90.
No.
A 95?
You think there'd be 10 guys who'd want some guy pumping on their girlfriend rather than with another chick? 90% would want to watch or at least videotape. Please. And believe me, the other 10%, I would be... No, I think it'd be 100.
And this goes back to that same biology we were talking about, is that men have a thing about other men. They're very, very spooky about that, very uptight about it.
Right.
And that's our whole deal, is you got to keep the gene pool purely yours.
Right. So anyway,
you want other genes mixing, and that's all it's all about.
The magazine Lavender took some issue with me sort of discounting that as a problem. I'm not discounting it as a problem. I'm just saying, given the choice, most guys are going to go with a lesbian relationship over a heterosexual relationship in terms of cheating, or even a one-night stand, right?
Yeah,
just one time.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it this way. Seriously, if your girlfriend said, hey, listen, let's say you had a girlfriend, you've been going out for 2 years, and she said, listen, I got to be honest with you. When I went out of town on that business thing, you know Connie, who I work with, she's a secretary, and we went out, we got the Jackson account, we all went out celebrating, we had too many shots of tequila, and we screwed around. The booze and the curiosity got the best of us, and we screwed around that night in the hotel room. We both agreed it was a mistake, we're not going to do it again. You'd probably get right over that. Don't you think? I mean, I think you could get right over that.
It doesn't
But if,
stir the biology because there's no genes implied.
Bert Sterling from accounting nailed her, you'd be pissed, and you may break up, right? A little
bit,
You may not get over that.
Especially
Right?
if his name was Thor. Dude, this magazine, this magazine has
Juicy
real
Hall.
estate ads with, like, gay guys on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's,
If you're gay and you're looking for a house, call me, Michael McGee.
I'm homosexual.
Yeah, the only difference is the squeegee still in the bathroom, right, Drew?
I bought 2 homes from gay couples.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Hey, they have good
they keep it clean, right?
Oh boy.
Drew had to take his shoes off the first month he owned the house. Just was part of the contract. The previous gay owner said, "Look, I will sell it, but you take those damn shoes off before you come into my ex house." Pete, you're 17.
Yeah, what's up?
What's going on?
Yo, Pete.
Well, last Friday I went snowboarding with me and a couple of friends, and I brought this girl that I've known for a really long time, and I really like her. And I've had like a really horrible week. Just everything's gone wrong. And like I was trying to teach her how to snowboard, and I was just getting really frustrated. So we came home that night, and I was talking to this girl, one of her friends, and she was listening in on three-way, and I sort of called her a pain in the rear end. And
were you set up?
I don't know, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, she called in with her friend, and they started talking about her, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you,
That's weak.
With what's going on with phone technology, these teenagers are screwed. I mean, on one hand, I'm envious because they got porn on Laserdisc at 15, and folks are out of town, kind of thing. But on the other hand, all the crap I used to do with the phones, with the hang-ups, now with this call return or this call locator
ID,
and the caller ID and the three-way calling, you are effed completely. I mean, you can't do anything. I spend like whole afternoons calling liquor stores, wondering if they had like any Mr. Pibb in a can or something like that. What's going on there, Drew?
Yeah.
Drew, relax. So, Pete, so you got set up by your girlfriend because she was on the other.
Wait a minute, there's a gay lawyer in drag. It's kind of like
with the Chief Justices of the United States.
All right, Drew, you're getting too caught up in that magazine. Pete?
Yeah?
All right, so what do you want to say? You want to apologize?
I want to apologize to her. I just don't know how.
But shouldn't you be pissed at the friend who set you up, too?
Yeah, I'd be pissed off.
Don't really know her that well, but I don't know what I can do.
I'd probably turn it around. What if you call up her friend and have her call her with you on the line or wait a minute. What if you reversed that whole situation again and told her friend how bad you felt and all that? And
well, her friend's obviously on the side of her girlfriend and probably not gonna go for that.
Is this Pete? Is this friend of yours someone you're interested in, or just a friend?
The friend of the girl.
No, your friend, the one you dissed.
I'm really interested in her.
Oh, you are? Jeez, you sure talk a lot of smack for someone.
What's her name? Is she
interested.
listening? Does she listen to Loveline?
I have no idea. She's probably asleep.
Okay. Hey, Pete, here's what you do.
Okay.
Give it a few days and then just call her back and apologize.
All right, that works.
All right, and listen, all you who plan on apologizing and making things right with women while they're pissed, this is an exercise in futility. Am I right, Drew?
Yep.
You cannot do that. You just can't. It's like what it is. It's like when one of your buddies gets really loaded and gets some harebrained scheme and starts fighting and gets out of control, and it's trying to reason with him while he's still loaded. That's what it's like trying to apologize to a woman while she's still stewing and pissed off. You got to let her sober up, so to speak.
Could write a letter to start with.
Just give her a couple days. Yeah. She'll cool down, and then just call her and try to feign sincerity. That's what I do. Ben?
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah.
What's going on?
How's it going, man?
I wanted to say I'm from Bakersfield, too, where that Scott guy was, where he was having sex with his sister.
Right.
And I believe it.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Well, we realize not everyone from Bakersfield has sex with their own family members, that it's probably only around 30 or 45% of folks from Bakersfield having sex with family members.
No.
So we don't want to condemn everyone from Bakersfield.
I want to say to anybody who's out there who knows me, I'm just joking, but also, Adam, I heard you on a commercial, like on the radio or something, I think.
That could be bad, yeah?
What was it?
What was the product for? Let's see. Drew, you want to venture a guess?
Didn't hear it.
You didn't hear the question?
What was the question?
Oh, Drew.
What was the question?
Drew's reading lavender.
Reading, for Christ's sake. Drew, do you understand you get paid for this gig?
What was the question?
And he's not even reading a medical journal. He's reading a gay magazine.
What was the question?
Ben wants to know what commercial he may have heard me on the radio for.
For
what product?
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's what I think it was.
There it is, yes.
Okay, but my question is, why is it that when I'm interested in a girl, like, I find out, like, a bunch of girls like me, but then when I'm not interested in a girl and I'm just trying to find any girl, no girls are interested?
All right. Listen, nobody knows the answer to that question, Ben.
But it's universally true.
It's universally true. They understand it when you're on a roll. I don't know. Why is it when you go to Vegas and you get hot, you win 15 hands in a row, and when you're ice cold, you could have two kings playing blackjack, and the dealer could be showing a 13, and they just keep flipping cards until they got 21. How does that work? When you're down, and when you're rolling, you're rolling. It's the universe, and especially with women. We don't claim it's fair, but none of us know the answer to it. Jessica?
Yeah?
Real quick. You're 15, in love with best friend who has a girlfriend. Is he using her as a fallback?
No, he's using, like, me as a fallback.
Oh, I see. Her meaning you. Yes, I'm sorry. Okay. So?
Yeah, even worse than fallback. He's using you because he can.
I guess so, because, like, I don't know, I'm, like, always there, like, every time he breaks up with somebody, because I want to be with him, but when I think about it, I just think that, like, it's going to, like, ruin our relationship, you know?
Yeah. Does he know, he knows how you feel about him?
No.
He doesn't?
Tell him.
You don't think he has the feeling that you like him? You don't think you make that pretty clear when you're around him?
I probably do.
All right, so he's not interested.
He obviously doesn't respect you.
Obviously.
All right, so Jessica, move on.
It's so hard. Because
I know it is, but it's easy for us. Move on. You have to. Believe me, these things never work out, especially at 15. It's just either one party's interested and one party's not. Yeah. And the other party that's on the losing end of this deal thinks they can somehow talk the other party into it, or they can wait them out through attrition somehow if they're just around, they're beck and call for the next 3 years. It doesn't work, and you end up wasting that period of your life. You want it back, and you can never have it back. So just move on. That is going to be... Drew, I'm going to have a kid just so I can tell him or her that, and then I'm going to kill him after I tell him that advice. But that's one reason to have a kid is to say, listen, find out. First thing is find out if someone's interested in you quickly. Don't hem and haw and wait around for a year. Find out. If you want to go out with them, ask them out. If they don't want to go out with you,
cut your losses.
Move on. That's fine. It's all right. Just learn and move. We'll be back.
Loveline will be right back.
All right. Well, that's it. I want to thank Lit for coming in here tonight.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for having us. We had a good time with you guys tonight. You come back anytime.
Cool.
Place in the Sun is the name of the CD, except for this week. That is going to be out come Tuesday. And again, the chick from La Femme Nikita and Larry Flint from the wheelchair and the porn industry is going to be in here tomorrow night. So it's an action-packed evening. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
I'm trying to be heterosexual, but I have these overwhelming homosexual feelings.
Mommy! This has been Loveline. The views expressed on Loveline are not necessarily those of the staff, the management, or the sponsors of this radio station. And are probably not the views of Westwood One Entertainment.
Loveline is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingle. Now, please listen to this station.